Okay guys, no intro today. Let's dive directly in the topic of today's video, which will consist of me ranking some different topics, whether we talk about Shopify apps or customer support or what are the best tools when it comes to analyze products and so on. For each list, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion after trying, multiple of softwares, multiple of solutions. Some are extremely useful, but some I wouldn't even recommend. Some are even too expensive if you're just a beginner. So I would advise you and be totally transparent with what I'm personally using with my team to research some products or just to have a good store scaling. What I would advise if you are a true beginner with barely or no budget, and if you're an implemented brand, then you have also possible solutions that you can apply right now, today, to your store. So we are going to start with the first tier list that is split between must-have, sometimes not amazing, and trash for the tools to analyze the product. If today you don't have a winning product, you have different tools right there in order to find something interesting for your product research. So the first tool that I'm going to talk about is Minia. Minia is developed by a French guy, Yomi Dental, if you know about him. I think, in my opinion, I would use it, but sometimes it's a tool that is like, okay, they have some great products on it, but it's not the tool that I'm going to use on an everyday basis to research some products or just make my analysis. So sometimes when I'm out of ideas or the other platforms are just not giving me any results, Mini as a solution. AdSpy is for me a must-have. It's really the tool that I've been using for years now. Even when I started e-commerce like in 2017, I just love AdSpy because I'm used to the filters. I'm used to, categorize with likes and see in between and so on. I know that now many tools do pretty much the same, but AdSpy is kind of accurate. And for me, it's just an easier way instead of Ads Library, the Facebook default one. So AdSpy, totally recommend. If you have the budget for it, go for it. Ad Sparrow, I would put in sometimes too because Ad Sparrow I like pretty much when you're analyzing for Europe, for example, because you will see the cost way more efficiently. AdSpy will show you the ad, the engagement, which is pretty important, how many comments and so on. Is the ad really viral or has it been just used but didn't provide any results? While Ad Sparrow can give you these, more financial data. So sometimes when I just need to know exactly how much ad spend was being used for this or that ad, I'm complementing with Ad Sparrow. Shop Hunter for me is a must-have, like 100%. I think it's like from all these tools, it's the tool that I love above all because you can so easily track any Shopify store that is around, see what are their winning products. Sometimes you stumble upon an ad and you think it's that product that is bringing sales to the shop, but they have probably a second winning product that is carrying like all the sales, and Shop Hunter will indicate this. It will indicate you the velocity. It will indicate you like if you're making a lot of ads, if you're increasing or decreasing the amount of sales. All the data are totally transparent thanks to Shop Hunter. Number three, this one I put in must have too because it's PP ads. For TikTok, there is no better tool than PP ads right now in order to analyze like the winning ads, what's working, what's trendy, the impressions and so on. AdSpy is really for Meta in general, so Facebook and Instagram. But when it comes to the TikTok side, I recommend PP ads. I have one that I will put in must have. This one is a secret. It's actually a new method that I discovered to find trendy products. If you want to know about this method, just comment the word secret just right below. And I'm going to send you directly in the comment or in DM the solution in order to complement your product research thanks to this method that I'm now using in 2025. The next one is Power Ad Spy. Power Ad Spy I would put in trash, honestly, because it's expensive for what it is, and you can't really have that good experience like the other tools. So Power Ad Spy, I used it a couple of times. Not happy with the evolution and the user experience. So for me, I don't recommend it. Big Spy is similar to Ad Spy, but I would put it in not amazing. Not amazing because it's it's also a price for what it is. So I prefer really having like the software that is about this or that solution, about Meta, about TikTok. You really specialize, than an all-in-one that just does a little bit of everything. And for me, it's a bit what AdSpy and Power AdSpy are doing. Big Spy is AdSpy, sorry, Power AdSpy and Big Spy. Big Spy is in my opinion better than Power AdSpy, but still not so amazing. Ecom Hunt, I would I would say sometimes, but now I put it in not amazing. It was really the software that everybody was using in 2020. Like they had really a lot of winning products. But the thing is that right now, the products that they're putting on the site are not so amazing. It's really overseen products, and it's like a trap where all the beginners are falling into. And most of the products that I see in product research that are coming from Ecom Hunt are really generic basic products. The only thing that is cool about Ecom Hunt is that it gives you some insight about, the sales, the ads, and a couple of things that are interesting, but in the end, like, still not amazing. Now we have the last one, which is Google Trends. Google Trends, I like it. I like it a lot because we have here Meta, we have here TikTok ads. I would put Google like even in the must-have. It's not even a paid tool, but the fact of just using it is something that you wanna, have on a weekly basis. Check what are the trends, what is the new generation now looking for, what are the current needs, what is the demand of the market, and if you can satisfy this demand just by answering the top asked questions that are on Google, or regarding the trend, regarding the product, then your product will be like among the first ones. So always keep an eye on Google Trends. Great software. You have also Google Ads Transparency, which is totally free, which is a bit like Facebook Ads Library to just have like all the content totally transparent worldwide. The only thing is that in Europe you have also the ad spend, because Europe is totally transparent when it comes to the ad spend, but with the rest of the world you have just the ads, which is quite enough to start with. Next topic is about the winning products. So winning products, I try to categorize this between winner, why not, good but saturated, which means that a couple of years back would have been a great idea, but today no, and avoid, like something that I would never even imagine to sell right now, and I will explain you also why. So this product that I see in the mouth, to keep things clear, you have to avoid any type of products that you put in the mouth, put on the skin, any inflammable products like batteries, some dangerous products sometimes, even if there are some exceptions that can be, too sharp, cutting or anything like this. You see here that there is a knife, but for this one there's a little exception. Anyways, for that one, this product simply is not that amazing. I don't know if I put it in good but saturated because it made good sales, but I'm still putting in avoid. Because first, it's not that great product. I mean, everybody review this product. It's not the best in order to brush your teeth. It sold a lot in a couple of years back, still selling for a couple of brands, but just don't market this anymore. When it comes to watches, this I see on every product research list. Watches like are done over and over and over, except if you are some guy that is doing his own watches with his own technology. Great, I would say go for it because you have something different and it's your own touch. But if you're just looking to dropship some watches that are just, even if we are talking about electronic, like these smart watches or something like that, it's not amazing. Like it's really the product you see everywhere, so not a good idea as well. Next one is this product, which I will put in winner. I will tell you why. So I told you, be careful with knives and dangerous products, but that one truly is a winner. Simply because it got this hole in the middle and like it went completely gaga on the US market. And I start seeing this one on the European one. So it's not too late. If you're in the capacity of having a brand that is similar to that one with a storytelling about Japan. That is some famous Japanese guy that forged this knife, and you will have really it's the tool you need in the kitchen. I would say go for it. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work in Europe. Just be careful with the shipping. Make sure that with your warehouse or whoever you're working with to fulfill your products, that everything is according to requirements, that it will have no problems with the customs. Ask these questions to the supplier and to the warehouse. And if it's all good and they have the protection for that, go for it. Next one. So this one is a battery, and for me, I would say avoid. Avoid because this type of product you can find in any Walmart, any superstore, any discount gadget store. Nothing specific. The only exception would be maybe if you have a super niche store about some maybe power banks or something like that that you do with Google Ads. But it's not a way to start ecom in my opinion. If you're yourself a supplier or a wholesaler when it comes to external batteries or power banks, why not? But if you're just starting out, avoid because first there's a lot of problems with this type of product. When it comes to Europe, you have also regulations, so you need to make sure that the battery is safe, that it's not going to explode like some like some Samsung phone. You probably saw that a couple of years ago that just exploded in the hands of the people. So be careful with this product. They are not worth the while. Like keep them, like put them away. Like I don't want to see those in product research. Titanium cutting board. This one is a winner. It's a winner. I saw it in booming in the US. It's starting to boom in a couple of markets as well. It's a great product, solving a real solution. No plastic anymore inside your food and so on. You have a real pain that is solved thanks to this product. I tried this product myself. It's great quality. So if you have a market that doesn't really have this titanium board, go for it. Like it's no reason why you shouldn't make any sale with that. This one, projector, it's good, but it's saturated. Like too many people are selling this product. Too many, too many, too many. Like every time I open any spy tool, whether it's PP ads or whatsoever, I always see this product on the first page. Always, always, always. So in my opinion, it's a bit late for that one. Could have worked a couple of years ago, but now too many people are trying to sell this, so too much competition. Lamps. You might tell me, yeah, lamps, everybody sells lamps. I will put it in why not, but I'm gonna tell you why. If you're selling lamps, I'm not talking about just a random lamp. I would put a very small niche of lamps, either that are high tickets, so above like $200, something really aesthetic, beautiful, that can really fit in some cozy home stuff like this. And I wouldn't market it the traditional way with like TikTok or Meta. I would use Pinterest because Pinterest is really about creative people or people searching for inspiration, for decoration ideas. And for this type of lamps, you have very, very low CPMs and the return is truly amazing. I saw the case more than one time. You just put 10 to 20 bucks on Pinterest and you can sell items for like 500, 600, 700. If you have like this visually appealing image that is, catchy enough to bring people to your site, they see the lamp, it's an emotional purchase and people just take it. Next one, AirUp is, I would put also in why not, because they have a so great market part already. They're starting to be also in Europe, so it's a bit complicated, to be at the trying to take some market share of AirUp. It's a great product. The fact that they give a taste to the water simply with this little thing that you put on the bottle. If you are able, to be the competitor of AirUp, be my guest. Just always analyze the market, see where they don't have so much implementation right now, and I would say why not? Test the market, make something localized for these guys, and try to take the share where AirUp is not. Last one is all these body shapes, underwear, clothing, stuff like that. I would put in avoid, yes and no. If you have a good product, I put it in good but saturated because say everybody is selling this type of product. We saw it over and over again. Like why you? Why you? Even you can just go to Zara or any clothing store, you will find this similar type of product. Again, This type of product could have worked a couple of years ago or can still work in some foreign markets like Mexico, Southern America, stuff like that, if you have a good offer and it's really responding to the people's needs. But otherwise, a bit complicated. Next topic. We have here everything related to fulfillment. So AliExpress, CJ dropshipping, and so on. I would split them between excellent, good, and not amazing. My first thoughts when it comes to AliExpress, of course, is AliExpress, everybody's gonna use it. And I would put it in not amazing, honestly, guys, because most of the time you have shipping time that is like 2 to 3 weeks. It's very long. You're not even sure about the quality of the product. Nothing is verified. So AliExpress is really like the last of the last solutions. Or maybe if you do some testing at the very beginning, but that's it. Now let's say you have tested your product, you're sure about it, you're sure about the quality, you have other options that are being offered to you. So for example, we have CJ dropshipping, which I would put in good, but not excellent. Good because it's a solution, you have a low budget, you still want to have an agent or someone fulfilling your orders. CJ can be the solutions, just that they take, for me, too much margin for what it is. If you compare with an agent that is really sourcing the same item in China directly, you will have like way lower cost overall, like still with his agent fees. The CJ is too much, too expensive. So if you really want to maximize your margins, CJ is not the best solution. 3PL is great, but later on, because first 3PL, you need to order minimum of quantity. So if you're on a tight budget, maybe not the best solution to start with. But 3PL really allows you to be implemented directly in the country and have super fast shipping. So let's say you have like, you're selling to the UK, okay, but instead of shipping from China, which will take 4 to 6 days, for example, in the UK directly in 24 to 48 hours, the customer will have received his product. So great option, but again, requires some investments. Good, not excellent for most of the ecom guys. Warehouse, or how can I say, private agent, is for me the solution. It's excellent. You have low cost. Of course, you're shipping from Asia, so it takes a bit more time for delivery. Like I said, if we're talking about Europe, count 4 to 7 days. If we're talking about US, might be a bit more, 5, 6, something like this. But you're overall saving. And if you have a good customer service and some good email automations, just saying to the client, okay, keeping them, informed about what's happening. We fulfilled your order. It's now being shipped. You're gonna receive your product in 24 hours, something like this. Always keep a note about what's happening with the tracking. You'll have not so much customer service, to be totally honest. So warehouse, I would recommend you one option that I'm even using myself. All you have to do is comment the word warehouse right below, and I'm gonna DM you the solution for the warehouse, and you can just ship the product from that. And all you have to do is comment the word warehouse right below, and I'm gonna DM you the solution when it comes to warehouse. For the next one, ShipBob. ShipBob is, for me, not amazing. It's lower than CJ dropshipping, simply because their catalog of solution is not that expanded. And even if you can source with them, it takes time. And I'm just not a big fan of ShipBob, to be frankly honest. Next one is Zendrop. Zendrop, I would put it at the same level of CJ dropshipping. It's not excellent. It's not amazing. It's okay. It's acceptable if you're making just a couple of sales and just looking to get started. Zendrop can be, a good solution to start with. Amazon, I would put it not amazing, and I'm going to explain you why. Amazon requires also that you ship to them a minimum of quantity, plus they take also a commission that can be around 15%, something like this. So if you're just starting out, again, it's a budget that you need to invest. You're probably going to need to put some PPC ads on Amazon to start a couple of sales. So I'll always recommend to have an implemented brand that validates the product, validates the market, people are satisfied about it before even exploring options like Amazon. Once you have the sales going with your own shop, your own brand, consider like having Amazon, and then you can conquer other markets on autopilot using Amazon Prime and stuff like this. But at the beginning, it's not the best solution, to be honest. Next one is the ads for Shopify. Ads for Shopify, I put you a couple of ones that I just thought on top of my head. If you have other ideas, just feel free to leave a comment right below. And for the next video, I can just rank, the top commented apps in order to just have some variety and something different. I just put the ones that I thought might be the most relevant and split between must-have, good but expensive, not crazy, and useless. Vitals app is the app that we have been used for at least a year in around 2019, something like this, 2020. It's an all-in-one app. You have the sticky add to cart, you have some urgency, scarcity, stuff like this. I would put good but expensive. It's not that expensive, but if you combine all the different widgets, it can quickly get expensive. So I would rather suggest to invest in a theme that has like all these plugins integrated rather than having this type of app that can be very quickly expensive on a monthly basis. If you just have a product, have a brand, and you're serious about it, I would just invest in the theme rather than invest in such app. But for testing purposes, why not? And I even think they have a trial. So spin the wheel is for me useless. It's too trashy, too scammy, too lack of trust. Maybe put it sometimes if you have some kind of event that is being run off your store. But if it's something that you put all the time, like I see sometimes, I don't like this type of thing. Like it's really too casino thing. It's not in the right branch. Imagine you have like a serious home decoration shop and then you just have this this gadget wheel coming out of nowhere. I don't even trust that store. Would you see even stuff like Amazon having this type of wheels? Like it doesn't bring trust. So in my opinion, it's useless. Next one is Trustpilot. I put it in not crazy because there is ways of integrating Trustpilot to your store. Of course, Trustpilot is one of the platforms customers are looking at before making a purchase, but don't integrate Trustpilot directly to your site. I would talk about another app, for example, right here, Repeton, that really does this job between selecting the reviews that are going to be pushed on Trustpilot and the reviews that are bad or that needs, better stars to deal like that your customer service deal with those reviews in order to just not destroy your Trustpilot page. If you just implement it like this on your store, people can have the ability to put like 2 stars and then your brand is can't say the word, but you got me. Klaviyo is a must-have. It's really the reference when it comes to emailing. Of course, you have other solutions like Flavio and other things, but I think that Klaviyo is really complete. I wouldn't use it when it comes to SMS, but for emails, truly Klaviyo does the job. For the flows of abandoned cards, for the campaigns, the statistics, the analytics are pretty accurate. So I always use Klaviyo on my stores, so go for it. Teasers is, for me, between useless and not crazy. I'm gonna put it in not crazy because it's really the beginner tool. It's the thing that I used in 2017 when I just started out, that fulfills the orders with AliExpress. So if you remember the other tier list, like it's the same level. Really, these are really this beginner tool. If it's about importing products, why not? It's the same. Like descriptions you have to redo anyway. So why would you need such a tool? Do the product description yourself. Search for inspiration on some competitor site, but in the end, you have to do the copywriting. You have to do the images and the headings and so on. So you don't even need this tool. Repeton, must have because you cannot let the people send a comment that is going to be auto-published on your store. It needs to be filtered. So what I always do is sending some kind of a form over email. Then if people with Repeton click on 4 stars or above, then it's going to be auto-published, for example, on Trustpilot or on my product page. And if it's below that, we can even know why they put such stars, what's the problem, having some kind of a form, and after the customer service is going to deal one-on-one with this dissatisfied client. Judge Me is, for me, a must-have. I've put Judge Me, randomly because you could have used Looks, you could use any type of review app or widget. They all do pretty much the same job. It's just about like how the look and feel, basically. So, if you don't have a review app right now on your store, then I really suggest you to watch more videos about how to set up a proper product page. You need those. You need trust. You need having people, showing their interest and so on. So Judge Me or Looks or other tools are a good solution. Next one is Sales Pop. So Sales Pop is this little pop-up that you have on the bottom left corner There's, for example, this or that guy purchased the item, and you know, it's a bit. It's the same thing as the spin the wheel. For me, it's a bit useless. I don't really see a difference in terms of conversion rate when it comes to sales path. Like, it's something a bit scammy. So not a crazy fan of it. Could work for a couple of branches or niches, but most of the times it's not worth the while. Pagefly is good, but it can be quickly expensive. I think it's like $100 a month in order to have like unlimited templates or sections. Because it's mostly about that. It's about making your own section and integrating those in your theme. So very quickly you're gonna need more sections. So if you don't have $100 right now to make your own page, Pagefly is not maybe the solution right now. You can start with a free theme of Shopify and build a okay theme with that okay page. But later on, if you want something more branded, why not going for Pagefly once you have the budget? Next is Yotpo. Yotpo, I'm going to use it at the same level as Klaviyo, because as good as Klaviyo is for emails, Yotpo does the jobs for text. And I know that Yotpo has also a section for emails. Same stuff with Klaviyo. Klaviyo is simply better at emails. Yotpo is simply better at text. The only thing, because it was SMS bump back in time, they had some dramas with like analytics not being rightly sent, and sometimes campaigns are paused. So you need to be quite reactive on the tool. I try to check the stats every single day or a couple of days to see if the campaigns are being sent out, to see if the abandoned cart flows with the text are being sent out. So don't sleep on it, and their support is quite reactive and nice. So for text solution, Yotpo is the go. Horrify, I don't even know why this app is still existing. Honestly, for me, it's useless because this scarcity, big red banners with a counter on it, it's something too overseen, too spammy, too gadget, too trash. I wouldn't trust those sites anymore. You can put it maybe in a minimalistic way, but today you have some themes that have this incorporated, or even vitals, for example, that do that pretty good. So for me, there's no need of having Horrify anymore. It's not what people are truly trusting anymore right now. Again, worked a couple of years back, but right now, not so much. Next one is about all the customer service. So the tools that we use that are good but expensive, good or not crazy. Help desk is, I didn't name any tool specifically, but it's mainly when you show like a sort of Q&A on a dedicated page, and the user has to find the most frequent questions and just checking what he needs to do on that page. I would say it's good, between good and not crazy, because it's not really intuitive. Sometimes you need to search more, and people just want fast the response, So of course the best way is always to have live chat with not a chatbot, but an actually genuine person that is here to help. So for me, help desk can be an add-on if you're not willing to have a support team or even AI chatbot on your site. Why not? It's good, but for example, in our case, we don't use it. Freshdesk, we use it since a lot of years. It's for me the best way to combine all the emails, centralizing everything. You have like the automatic response that you can put following the situation. You record your own answers, and then you just have to insert the template. Very time saving when it comes to customer service email, and it doesn't cost that much. So really, I would say if you have only one store or two, use Freshdesk. Pretty efficient when it comes to emails, customer support. Intercom, I would put it in good but expensive. Again, it's depending on the size of your brand. If right now you're just starting out, Intercom won't be the solution that you're looking for. But if you're already having a couple of agents in your team and you're just looking for a great chat, or also some Q&A that you can have in a bubble on the site, Intercom is a good software. I can recommend it, but we don't use it because we have other solutions that I'm talking right after. This solution is gorgeous. That is between good but expensive, but we are also using it because it's also an all-in-one, both for the emails tickets and the chat. So if you're looking for, instead of having one software for chat, one software for email, you can have a software like Gorgeous that have like all-in-one solution, but again, it comes at a price. So if you have the budget, go for Gorgias, and we can't even remove Freshdesk. Freshdesk, I let it because some of our brands are using only Freshdesk, and some brands are using the all-in-one for the biggest ones, Gorgias, that is really great mixing this chat and emailing. Tidio, Tidio, I don't know how you pronounce this, but I would put it in good. Good but not expensive, simply as that. I used it for when I started personal training back in time. You have also a mobile app for that. Pretty simple, and if you want to just start out and having like a couple of chats, use Tidio. It's pretty good, you know. It's not that amazing user experience wise, or backlogging like all the chat history, stuff like this. Sometimes there's some troubles with this, but it's a good software, you know. So if you're just looking to have a better user experience and so that people are able to ask their question with a live agent, go for Tidio. Good solution. It just doesn't do AI, but if you're looking for human support, it can be a great one. The next one is live agent. To me, it's not crazy because the integration with Shopify is not the best. Of course, it works with other, you know, CMS, but if your store is on Shopify today, I wouldn't recommend this software simply for the integration, for the features, not so adapted for Shopify. So there are better ones, definitely. And the last one is Zendesk. Zendesk is at the same level as Intercom in my opinion, so good but expensive. So if you have the budget for it, compare both of them and just choose whatever you find best. Again, in my honest opinion, after having tried like all the tools, I go for Gorgias. Again, not affiliated with them or anything, just simply for me, the tool that, you know, is an all-in-one. Next one is the last tier list that I'm going to offer you today when it comes to paid ad platforms or just the channels, marketing channels in general. Between the GOAT, depends on your situation, on your brand and so on, and trash, what I would avoid, or at least at the beginning. X when it comes to Ecom ads is a bit trash. It's not where I saw the best results, to be frankly honest, and I don't see that many people marketing, you know, Ecom brands on X. Again, nothing against the platform, but when it comes to Ecom brands, probably not where you want to market this. Snapchat ads, I would say between depends and trash, because in 2020, Snapchat ads was pretty powerful. We made good sales with Snapchat, but it tends to decrease more and more and more, and the results we get with Snapchat are really not that good. So maybe for a brand or two, or that are really for Snapchat people, if I can say, could be, you know, but in most cases, it's not worth the while. Google Ads, of course, is the GOAT. I mean, why even talk about it? Like, if you have a brand, of course, run Google Ads, Google Shopping, YouTube Ads also is among those. Affiliate is, I would put in GOAT also, because the power of having people talking about your brand to their friends, to their family is so powerful that you cannot sleep on it. And you have like solutions like GoAff Pro or other things that are very convenient, free, and that bring results. So, you know, once you are sure about your sales and your product, go for affiliate. Of course, not something that you put at the very beginning. It's not a priority, but afterwards, why not? Next one is TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is really amazing. Like, we saw it booming in the US, and we know now that it's coming in Europe in a couple of weeks. So if you're not familiar with TikTok Shop and you're looking to scale in Europe, for example, you know, check all the resources online, check how it's done in the US. One thing that just can be the limit is that it requires the shipment to be in the country where you're marketing. So if you're, for example, marketing in France, you need the item to be fulfilled from France. Otherwise, TikTok Shop will not let you. And you need also to be, when it comes to Europe, a European citizen or having a European entity. Otherwise, go for it. Meta is, of course, the GOAT. Most advanced algorithm when it comes to, you know, the conversions and optimizations and the pixel and everything. It's just, it's a cash machine, but in both ways. So one time it can have one creative that lasts all year long, wonderful, but on the other hand, it can burn quickly fast the budget at the beginning. While Google, you have, you know, it's a pay per click, so mostly when it doesn't convert, it comes from your site, your product, your price, those things you can optimize. But Meta, you need to put some cash in order to get the cash out. Mailing is It's the GOAT. It's simply the GOAT. It's simply not the priority that to do at the beginning. I would say that email campaigns you can really start when you have at least 1,000 customers or 100 high ticket ones. So if your AOV is like $50 or below, wait for 1,000 customers before really pushing the email, because very fast, what you're gonna say? You cannot just send campaigns about pay, pay, pay. You can educate those people. You can, sensibilize them about what's coming next in a couple of weeks, stuff like this. Don't be always about selling. Emails is also about providing value about your brand, inviting them to leave a review, affiliate, and so on. All of that you can use with the emails. TikTok ads. I would put in GOAT to TikTok is so powerful, and the CPMs are at least 3 times cheaper than Meta. It's really nuts. The only thing is that the algorithm is not as powerful as Meta. You can have really some performance drops. One day having very good sales, the next day without having changed anything, just a loss, and you don't understand. So TikTok is taking also a bit more time than Meta to really have this algorithm bringing you like on a certain level of sales consistently every single day. But it's a great tool, and it's also another channel than Meta. So go for it. And many people are thinking that TikTok ads is only for young people, but that's not true. I have, for example, one brand where the average of customer age is like 45, 48 years old. And most of my traffic is coming from TikTok ads. Most of my sales is coming from there. So don't sleep on it. Don't make your judgments. Test the platforms, and can be good for yours. Text marketing, I would say it depends. It's not something that I would spam too much. As much I can do with emails, text is more sensitive because people can really put the do not disturb mode way more fast than on email. Email you can just put in trash and that's it. But if someone is texting you 3 times a day about their brand, you're gonna probably freak out, right? So text can be okay, but on a low level. Like I would really use it for big events, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, a couple of times a year. One big campaign on text, sending to all the customers and see the results. The only thing also with text is that is good is the remarketing. So if they abandon the cart, something like this, it can send an automatic flow to the text of the customer, and in that case recover a couple of abandoned carts. Last thing is influencers. I don't know if I put it in trash or it depends. I'm talking about the major influencer ones that I'm putting in trash, not the other ones. Because we saw way too many scams online thanks to influencers, and even influencers themselves don't want anymore to work with most of the brands. If you're just starting out, influencer will ask you for a lot of budget. They probably won't give you a lot of return on investment. So waste of time, waste of money. Later on, what I always suggest is working with micro influencers, someone that has a tiny but engaged community that is, talking to them like talking to their friends or family, and that can talk about your brand. And most of them accept to work without a payment, just receiving the product, and then you can make a quote on, let's say, 2-3 videos in exchange of one product or something like this. But the fact of having so many different influencers brings you more UGC, more proof that you can even use for your own ads on Meta, on TikTok, for example. And in the end, it's just beneficial for everybody without costing too much and without wasting too much time. That's it for the tier list for today. If you have any other idea in terms of topics, something that I'm gonna rank up, apps, softwares, tools, name them right below, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.